I will never forget it. I just ran out of that bar where that trans woman showed me her hoo-ha in the bathroom, the one that had it done by Dr. Lindsay. That's why I was in Toronto. Go follow that video to get the whole story to catch up. She was just about to like deck me when I was laughing because I was on acid when she showed it to me in the bathroom. And because it was, like I said, it was like they weren't that good yet. And I was on acid, so I was laughing. I started laughing instantly when I saw it. I was just freaked out laughing. You know when you laugh when you're scared? And then she turned to me, you know, that face like, you know, and I knew she was gonna like deck me. She was tough, right? And so I turned it into crying. Like I was crying. I went, oh my God, you're so lucky. It's like, oh my God, it's like I want my so bad. And I ran out of the bar and I ran to my hotel and I packed everything up and I went to the airport and got a flight, a day earlier flight that I had to wait for. And I remember trying to come down. I was sitting in this bar and drinking brown cows, trying to come down from the acid. And I was reading one of Shirley MacLaine's books, like about UFOs or something like that. I remember that. And I was like sitting there in the bar and some guy actually walks up to me and he goes, ma'am, are you okay? And I'm going, why? Yeah. And he goes, because you've been reading that book upside down for the last hour. So I was a mess. So I get on the airplane and I fly back to Vancouver from Toronto, and about halfway there I'm thinking, oh, you know, it wasn't so bad and everything. So I dig for that last tab of acid and I take it. So by the time I land in Vancouver, I'm like peaking again, and I'm freaking out and remembering everything, and Dr. Lindsay is shaking hands and I'm going, oh my God, it's like I don't know if I can do this. But it's like I just didn't want to have that anymore. So I decided to go to my sister's house, and I go in. She's a couple years older than me, and I'm going a mile a minute talking on acid. Oh my God, this happened, and Frank and sushi, and blah 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 blah. She sits me down in her wicker chair, and there's like a Barbra Streisand, Chris Christopherson poster of like The Star Is Born behind me. I remember that. And she rolls the doobie and she sticks it in my mouth, and she sits down and she says, Marty, you've always been my sister. So just put it on the back burner and wait until they get better. Well, that made complete sense. And maybe because I was on acid, I was completely open to that. That's what I did. And yes, I got the cash back.